11 years old and was diagnosed with cancer and went to the hospital and then saw that the other kids actually had to stay at the hospital and they couldn't go home with their families, but she was able to go home. So her reflection to her parents was, well, what can we do to help them? Well, it's so great to have all of you on with me on Winning Wednesday, especially as an extension of the V team at Verizon. And I'm so excited to have two young aspiring women on the show as well, especially during Women's History Month. So thank you guys for being here with me. And the reason I got introduced to the three of you in the first place has to do with NEGU. So that stands for Never Ever Give Up, which is a children's charity organization based out of California from Jessie Rees. She actually created it with her father before she passed away from cancer. So she was about 11 years old and was diagnosed with cancer and went to the hospital and then saw that the other kids actually had to stay at the hospital and they couldn't go home with their families, but she was able to go home. So her reflection to her parents was, well, what can we do to help them? And meanwhile, she was battling her own battle with cancer. And so they created NEGU, they created these joy jars and care cards. And at Verizon, we wanted to share that with the V team as part of our goal of 2.5 million volunteer hours by 2025. And then we set a goal with our partners at Equinix for 10,000 care cards. So you and your daughters were able to contribute 280 cards to that, which I think is phenomenal. And they run ages like you girls are 7 and 11 years old. That's the kids that you're creating care cards for. So how does that make you feel that you're helping a child who's kind of in the same age bracket as you, but in a different situation?
It feels really nice because, yeah, and it's really nice to know that we're helping somebody who's far, far away and with just like a few cards maybe. So that's really nice to know.
Yeah, I love that. And I know everyone is so grateful to both of you and obviously Dad in the middle for helping make that happen. Keeping Women's History Month in mind, I think that this timing couldn't have been better to kind of show this empowerment within your family. And I know you said that your wife is manning the camera, which I think is so great because even in this moment, it's a family affair. And women are leading the way and they continue to be mindful and to practice emotional intelligence. And this is a great example of that. What type of energy are you seeing in your daughters, if anything is different?
To speak about that part, I remember my childhood. I've been kind of reading and getting to know some of the great legendary female or let's say women leaders, starting with Anne Frank. I think we have a museum here in Amsterdam, a great example. Then if we look at the recent history, Mother Teresa, I think she has been legendary in helping people. And if you look at the young leaders, Malala Yousafzai, I think, who fought for education for the kids. So I think they are such great examples. And if you ask me, I haven't felt that difference between men and women. I think I get a feel when I look at this, they have been given, there is equal opportunity. If you ask me, I was hired by a women leader in Verizon actually, and Juliana Jones. If I look at Netherlands locally, we have leaders in each and every area. Tima Melitana, she's my neighbor. She's from Netherlands as well. She's the service leader of the Benelux region. Many sales leaders, Val Agnew, Yvonne Janssen. I think, I've been kind of growing up with their support basically. And I see them as transformational leaders. They really kind of care about the team. They are clearly result-oriented from that perspective. They help in developing the team as a whole, giving importance to their personal development, result-oriented. I think quite some great examples from within Verizon as well to me. So I haven't felt that difference, but then, I want the kids to understand some of those aspects. I want them to be socially responsible and global citizens who can create an impact on other people's lives and make their lives better. I think they have to build a better future to me. I mean, when you grow, I think you'll be able to give a better life for others.
Definitely. Yeah. And that's such a beautiful run through also of the leadership that we have at Verizon. And as a male ally to supporting women in the world, I think that your example is so critical, where we kind of don't notice those differences as much. And I think sometimes when we pay too much attention to, oh, you're a girl and this is why you do that, and maybe if you changed a little bit, you would fit in better, that's sending the wrong message, because we all have different values and different skills that we can bring to the table just as we are, and integrate that through diversity and inclusion without trying to change things about ourselves just to fit in with some type of societal norm that was created in the past. So I think there's no better time probably to grow up as a woman right now. And it definitely depends what part of the world you're in, unfortunately, but I appreciate your example and just for running us through that.
I think in certain part of the world, women are treated equally. In other parts, there could be a difference. I think they should look at the legendary women leaders, and I hope that one day we'll be able to see an equal society there.
Definitely. Yeah, I love that. And I wanted to ask each of you if there's some type of positive mantra or silver lining throughout the last year or in your life that's kind of helped you through difficult times.
I think, to me, forward together. That's my
Yeah.
all in all together.
Yeah. Love it. You have to say that, right? And how about you girls?
Well, I don't really have any, because words do matter, but I guess it's like on how you feel at that moment.
And then it's how you feel at the end of the day too, and sometimes less is more. So I think that was a great answer. I appreciate you guys sharing that with me.